Hello and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff and this is part 2 of building the Lego Tuxedo Cat. That's set number 21349. And I have to say, I am extremely warm. The mercury hit 101 today and that was outside. Inside my shop, it was 106.9. So, and I've been out in there. So, in fact, I've been out there for the last 2 hours. I just came in about 10 minutes ago. So I'm still feeling the heat from that. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get to the build. We've done bags 1 through 11, and here we are. It's this guy here. He's got a little bit of a pouch down here, like a fat cat does. He's got his front paws, and we got a little bit of a, white patch here. So what we're going to do is we've already got bag 12 open right here. So I'm going to switch cameras, and we're just going to dive right into it and get this done as fast as we can tonight. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, we are in business. And I purposely backed the camera out a little bit because this thing's going to get taller. And as you see, he kind of does this. So I think he's going to be up about twice the height when we're done. And hello, Mr. Cajun Yeti. But yeah, 2 hours out in the shop at 106.9 degrees. The only saving grace is that humidity is only at 11%. So it's an extremely dry heat. So that's nice. And my good old trusty noble steed of a dog was out there with me. Good old Enzo. And hey, John, and whoever else is here. We got a few more people here than what showed up in chat, but I appreciate all of you. If you would, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I always appreciate those two things. And for those who are joining me on the rewatch or the recap, please feel free to drop a comment below and let me know what you think of this set. And for any of those here, please let me know if you like this set and if you plan on getting it. I'd like to know that too. And hi, Greg. Hi, John. All right. You guys know that I like my dumb dad jokes, so here we go. Why can't lepers play hide and go seek? And the answer is because they're always spotted. Oh, and Mrs. Chip here. Oh, Cajun just built the Bumblebee. What'd you think, man? And do you have Optimus Prime? Just out of curiosity. Now, I did my review recently of Bumblebee and had them side by side to Optimus Prime. I really do like Bumblebee. And like I was saying earlier in that video, I really do hope that Lego continues this line and builds a whole lot more Transformers. After all, they've got quite a few they can pick from. And Greg says he had Buffalo Wild Wings tonight. Awesome. And if you would, let me know. Would you like to see other Transformers built? What do you guys think of the Transformer line? And if you would like to see it continued, are there any particular characters you would like to see built? I know. Oh, yeah, he says, I love it. And yes, I do have Gen 1 of Optimus Prime and had, yeah, same here. I mean, like, it wasn't, I mean, I like Bumblebee, don't get me wrong, because I was a fan of the cartoons, and they did the cartoon version of him, the Bug instead of the Camaro in the movies. So I thought that was really cool. And I wouldn't have, I don't know if I would have gotten them at this time because my funds are limited, but the fact that I already had Optimus Prime, I was like, yeah, I got to get it. So I that's kind of the reason I did it, if I already had Optimus, but I would have eventually gotten them anyway. Oh boy, thanks Enzo for the hair. It's always appreciated. Yeah, Enzo's over here asleep. So, oh, Jazz. Oh, dude, Jazz would be awesome. I love Jazz. He was good in the cartoons. I also would like to see like Ironhide, Starscream, Ratchet. The big one I want to see is Devastator. I want to see them come out with like, $50, $60 sets of each individual character, and then you put it all together and you end up with Devastator. I think that would just be awesome. Oh, Prowl, yeah, he's a good one too. Yeah, I could see them doing Prowl. You know, what would be really awesome though is if Lego figured out how to do the triple changers. Astro, oh, what was his name? The guy who transformed into a robot, a steam train, and then he transformed into a space shuttle. That would be cool. And then there was the other one that was a tank, a helicopter, and a robot. I don't remember his name though. I think that'd be like way cool. Astro Train, that's right. Thanks, John. I forgot his name. I wanted to say Astro Smash, but that's an old Atari game or a television game. I can't remember which one. So I was like, no, it's definitely not that name. I couldn't think of it. But yeah, really think about it. The lineup is almost endless what they could do. I mean, they could even do the Devastator's arch enemy, the Grimlock and the Dinobots. That would be way cool too. Skylinks, yeah. Wasn't that also? I can't remember, Greg. Was that the 5 animals that made like a Devastator size giant robot? I think that's the ones. That was later in the cartoons, but I do remember that. This Intellivision Space Invader knockoff, yes. Me, Grimlock, new strategy. Yeah, there was Swoop, Slag. Yeah, there's quite a bit there, man. And plus, there's Soundwave with his little miniature tapes. And then there was the Autobot equivalent Blaster. I'd like to see him as well. I mean, like I said, you think about it for long enough, you can come up with so many different possibilities of what they could do. Oh, Cup, yeah. Cup was in the movie. He was in the cartoons too, but I think, yeah. And of course, the head of Unicron, because you couldn't do the whole thing. That'd be cool. And there's Ultra Magnus. Cup was after the movie. I thought, I thought he was. I thought he was repaired during the movie, but all right, that's cool. And of course, from the movie, the Junkacons. I don't know, man. You just, as I sit here and think about it more and more, I just come up with more characters they could do stuff with. Galvatron from the movie as well. The reincarnated Megatron. Okay, so this. Okay, yes, that doesn't make sense. Oh, really? I didn't realize that. Galvatron's voice is Leonard Nimoy. Sorry. And yeah, Omega Supreme. Yeah, Hot Rod. Ratchet was the M. Yeah, he was, and Ironhide was his kind of equivalent, except for he was a weapons specialist instead of a repair person, I guess, a doctor. Yeah, there was quite a bit, man. So I would like to see them, because if they came out with one every couple of months, man, they could drag this theme out for years. And there's a lot of people our age that, like where my kids are, I'm an empty nester again, and being that I'm an empty nester, it's like, you got more money than you used to. I mean, not in my case, because I got laid off and the new job I have doesn't pay as much. But still, I don't have as many expenses that I had when I had kids at home. So that does help me to be able to collect things a little bit. And how's Spencer doing? I just talked to him today. As parents, you love your kids, but sometimes you just have to step aside and let them figure out their own stuff. And that's kind of what I'm doing with Spencer right now, is I'm just backing off and letting him figure out his life and what he wants to do with it, because nobody can figure that out for him. And, that's fine. No hard feelings, man. Okay, we've already done 2 bags, and we are only 10 minutes in. So that's what I was saying earlier, that I'm really looking forward to this because it's just going so dang fast. And I did not look ahead. Today was kind of a stressful day at work. And I'll answer your question here in a second, John. I was at work today, and the owner was gone, so I was in charge of the 2 other employees today, which is kind of stressful because, well, I don't want to be a manager by any stretch, and I'm not paid to be a manager, so but she doesn't do this very often. This is only like the second or third time in 6 months of working there that I've had to be in charge for a day, so it's not that bad. And as long as it remains occasional, I'm not going to say anything to her. Just let it go. But no, Spencer, let's see, sorry. They need to do Ratchet and RC. Yes, RC is a robot. I thought that was really cool to have a female robot. And she wasn't a moped. She was some sort of motorcycle, wasn't she? Yeah. And no, Spencer is not staying with me anymore. Spencer decided last week that he wanted to fly the coop, and let's just say, without giving too much away, that he stayed with me for just a few weeks shy of a 1 year. I almost said 2, just 1 year. And I just didn't feel like it was working out, and he didn't either. So he was like, I'm just going to find my own place. So he has flown the coop. And I'll tell you one thing, my food budget sure likes that. And so does the fact that so does my utility bill, because and my sleep, boy. But he doesn't have a place for Max, so Max is with me temporarily until he gets things figured out. And so, but Max, it's not like Max really cares. Max and I stayed together for 2 years by ourselves without anybody else, and Max is all right. He's actually a fun cat to have around, to be honest, because you know how most cats don't want your attention. That's not Max. Max actually wants your attention. He wants to be loved, and it's cute because he comes up to me, and he's come up to me like 3 or 4 times a day, and he's like wanting to be held, and you have to hold him a certain way because he's so big. He has trouble breathing if you don't hold him right. And I know him well enough to know how he needs to be held. And, I'm more than happy to do it. No, Max is not actually Max has always been Spencer's cat. It was just that when Spencer left the first time, just like this time, he didn't have a place for him, and Spencer ended up in North Carolina from Utah, so he didn't have the money to bring Max over there. So what started off as temporary ended up being 2 years. So he's definitely not my cat, but I wouldn't cry if he ended up being with me for another 2 years. I just wouldn't. I was out in the shop. Oh, I got to tell you about that, man. So if you guys ever noticed on my shop videos that there's a giant crack in the floor. And this giant crack in the floor, well, it unfortunately attracts bugs. And they like living in there. And one of the bugs that really likes that crack is wolf spiders. And if you know what a wolf spider is, you'd know why I don't really need to explain that I don't like them. In fact, here's Max right here. Let's here we go. Hey, Max. Oh, look them up, John. Wolf spiders are nasty. They get big. They carry their young on their backs. So if you see a wolf spider, you have to make sure that you flatten them completely. Because if you don't, literally hundreds of the little offspring can come running at you or away from you or whatever. And that's why I don't like them, man. They freak me out. So yesterday, there's been a couple times because of where my chair sits that I'm sitting right over that crack. And a couple times, a wolf spider has decided to make an appearance, and it scares the you-know-what out of me. And oh, I messed this up. Because it's, I'm not always looking down at my feet. I'm looking at what I'm building, that city out there. And I look down, and all of a sudden I'll see a spider scurrying away from me or towards me to get into that crack, and it scares me every single time. Well, I had enough of it because that happened twice to me yesterday. So I had this ortho spray. It has like this wand, and it's got a battery in it so that it shoots the poison. And so anyway, I decided to go all along that crack, and I sprayed for a little bit very slowly to make sure it got into the crack. And when I did it, a female adult wolf spider came out. And how do I know she's a female? Because she had a giant egg sac attached to her, and that's how they carry their young before they're born. And she ran towards Enzo, who was sleeping about 12 feet away from me. But this poison's so fast acting that she did not make it to Enzo. She actually died about 2 feet away from him. And she was pretty big to begin with. Well, I kept spraying the crack further down. And oh my gosh, if spiders could suffer from obesity, this wolf spider was even bigger than the female. And he came scurrying out of the hole, but he had already been hit by the poison. So he only got about 3 feet away from the crack, and he croaked. So anyway, I don't like wolf spiders. And yeah, please look them up, dude. You'll see exactly why I don't like them. They're nasty. Ooh, wait a minute. Is it supposed to do that? Let's take a look at this. I don't know if I did this right. Okay, so if I did this, it doesn't really show. Oh, it does show you, and I did it wrong. Okay, well, I kind of thought so. Let me fix her up. Fix her up. Okay, there we go. She gets very clingy is all. Yes. I bought a mat in the kitchen so she can lay down next to me while I'm in the kitchen or at the kitchen table. Yeah, time to call Workin to get rid of spiders. You know something? Workin doesn't come out this far. I actually, shortly after I moved here, I tried to call Orkin, and they do not service my area that I live in. Okay, so I think I messed something else up. So let me go back, and no, I did not mess it up. So, okay, I don't understand why. Did I build it right? Sorry, give me a second while I check up on this. Oh, I see, says the blind man. The blind man's me. There we go. Now that makes sense. Okay, we can flip back. Yeah, I really wish Orkin did service my area, but they don't. I mean, the town I live in is 2,299 people. Yeah, we're just one shy of 2,300. But anyway, well, especially now that Spencer left, right? No, I'm just kidding. Bad joke, bad timing. So there's that, and the closest city to us is 50 minutes north, and they only have 40,000. And then there's another city 35 minutes south of us, but they only have 12,000. So, yeah, I'm kind of out here in the middle of nowhere, and there's a lot of places that don't service my area. I actually had problems with getting my truck fixed, but I got the guy to the dealership to come out and drop off my loaner to me and pick up my truck for free because they messed up the first repair of it. All right, I read some of these jokes and I can't even I can't even share them. They're that bad of dad jokes. But there is one on there I can share, and that is, how do you make a robot angry? Well, the answer is you keep pushing his buttons. I understand. Not all my jokes are funny. Okay. So we put a big chunk on the cat. And I would let you guys see my real cat, Tux, like I did in the beginning, but Tux decided to hang out today, even though it's hotter than Hades out there. I guess he, for some reason, just wanted to be out there, I guess. Okay. Okay, so we've got a couple more pieces on here, and then we're on back 16 out of 20, which I think is a good number. And because I was out in the shop, I keep feeling like something's crawling on me. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's all in my head, but there we are. Okay. So looking at the little picture, and it says that we are building the head of this cat next. And it does look like there's a spot for a tail too, so I guess that'll be future bags. We'll see. I enjoy this Technic brick. It's got the 3 axle holes in there in the center, and I'm actually finding those quite useful in my builds, especially the city builds when I do some funky stuff with the rocks. The cat is in the bag. Well, yeah, he is. Instead of out of the bag, yes, he is. All right. Okay. So that one goes there. And then we've got this one here. There we go. And you know what the best way to make a bandstand is? Take away their chairs. And you know what the best way to light up a sports stadium is? It's with a soccer match. And if you don't like my jokes, don't worry about it. The next hour is free. No, Greg, I forgot to look at that. I know you mentioned it the other day, and I mentioned that I would look at it, but I'll be honest, man, I forgot. Like I said, I keep having that sensation like something's crawling on me, and I know it's not, but I don't know. Minds plays tricks on you sometimes. Okay. All right. Did you guys hear about the cat who ate the lemon? Yeah. Now he's a complete sourpuss. Like I said, if you don't like my jokes, stick around. The next hour is free. But there are plenty of other sets that are coming out for the 1st of August. It's going to be a big month on releases. In fact, I made a spreadsheet of all the things I want. And keep in mind, it's only what I want because I'm not going to be able to afford it all. But it came out to like almost $1,400, and that's not even everything that's coming out on the 1st. So I got some decisions to make on which ones are really important to me to get. So I'm just not going to be able to do it all. Okay, so all right, we are yet onto another bag 17. So I haven't decided whether I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow, because I'm going to be doing one late or early Saturday morning, however you want to look at it. So I don't know. I might do another live stream tomorrow, and then just do yet another live stream early in the morning for the 72-hour live stream, which reminds me I need to post that before it gets too late. Free from what? Asking for a friend? I thought you were my friend. No, I'm just kidding. All right. And Greg says, my birthday is almost in a month and a half. All right, Greg, what's your big birthday plans? Actually, I like to hear birthday plans. You know, since Mrs. Chip left me here all alone, I don't really do much for my birthday. So I get sad on my birthday because, I'm just kidding. I was giving her a hard time. I really dig this 1x5 plate. It's only been out for a short time, and I mean relatively short. It's been out for a little bit, but I do like it. Heck, I remember when I was a kid and the 1x3 plate came out. I thought that was cool. It tells you how or so math is horrible. Minus in 13 days. Okay. Well, happy 19th birthday, John. And to all my friends, we only celebrate up to our 19th birthday. After that, we just celebrate our 19th birthday, for the 20th time or whatever. Kind of like Groundhog's Day. And in honor of Yeti, I must say love, peace, and chicken grease. I'm required to say that. It's part of my contract. Next month for me. Okay. And it's hard to believe we are almost at the end of another bag. It's gone so well, I want to do more. Okay, so bag 18 is next up. My CPAP supplies came. Yeah. How's that going for you, John? Do you feel like that's effective for you? Because I mean, I started off on CPAP, and then they put me on BiPAP, and I've been on BiPAP for several years now. And I'll be honest, I can't sleep without it anymore. And almost every morning, and I mean like seriously, almost every morning, I wake up with the mask still on. So I've definitely gotten used to it, and it doesn't bother me at all anymore. And you can't sleep without it too, yeah. Yeah, BiPAP is where when you breathe in, the pressure increases, and then when you breathe out, the pressure decreases, and it does it automatically. So you don't really. I did notice when I first started it, but I've been doing it for so long now that I don't even notice the difference. The dog hates the air noise. Yeah, mine's pretty quiet though. I don't really even notice it anymore. Um, but then again, I'm not a dog with super hearing like they've got, so probably why it bothers her. Okay, so let's make sure we got this correct. Okay. I've got Buddy up here, but Buddy is not a Tux cat. He's a gray and white cat. I would like to show him off, but it's not going to do us any good here. And I can see indicator when I inhale and okay. Well, I have a humidifier vessel, and when the tub wears out, sometimes oh yes, yeah. I mean, I have the same problem with mine. Is that yeah? I've got to replace the stuff every now and again. I will admit, though, I do try to make my CPAP supplies last a little longer than they should, because they don't really give you that many, and I don't like paying. I don't really have to pay a deductible anymore, but at one time I did, and I didn't like it. So, yeah. Yeah, I had to pay a deductible because I got a TRICARE rep that was literally a jerk. So when I first moved here, you're supposed to call them and keep your address updated. And I was only calling to update my address. I wasn't calling to change my plans. And she told me that I had to change plans because they didn't have TRICARE Prime in my area. They only had TRICARE Standard. And I was like, you sure there's no way I could stay on that? And she goes, nope. And so she switched me over. And then when I called, and later, because I was having to pay all these deductibles and it was upsetting me, I called them up and I was like, hey, this is not cool. And the guy was like, oh, but you asked to change. And I said, no, I didn't. I called to change my address. And she goes, well, you have to file a grievance. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you guys were part of the union. No, I'm just kidding. So I filed a grievance, and they pulled my call, and they're like, you're right. You only called to change your address. You were given wrong information. You actually can be on Prime in this area. It just means that you're going to have to travel, though, to see specialists because we really don't have that many in your area. And I understand, like I said, I live out in the middle of nowhere, and often that's the case that things are not available in my area. So they switched me back to TRICARE Prime, and from there I quit paying deductibles. Oh, that's so weird how they did that. The instructions are a little weird. Does family get bothered with you? See, no, actually, Mrs. Chip doesn't even really notice it anymore. I'm sure she did when I first started it, but yeah, it doesn't bother. And plus, I have it on my side of the bed, so oh shoot! Wait a minute. Oh, I see. You can change their mouth. They can have either one. Well, I want the one with the little tongue sticking out instead of the other just plain one. So I'm going to put that aside. Okay, so the next joke is really stupid. Do you know how mice floss their teeth? They use string cheese. I own the machine now, but yeah, same here. I think it's a 2-year rental and then it's yours. And I've had mine for, oh my goodness. I want to say I've had my BiPAP for probably 4, maybe 5 years. But I've had it for a long, long time. Depending on what you order, it can cost me. Oh, dang. Really, John? I'm sorry to hear that, man. I guess I should count my lucky stars. Yeah, I will count my lucky stars. Okay, so this is when I make a mistake. Okay. All right, so we've got the eyes. There is a tile that goes on here, and you can have 2 different colors, and I'm going to pick the yellow color because that's the color of my Tuxedo cat's eyes. Okay, we are yet on another bag, and that is bag 19. So I've got more of the Lego Designer program sets on the way. Not sure exactly when they're going to be here, but they did take the money on my credit card. So that will be happening soon, I'm sure. And we will build those, at least most of them, we'll do on these live streams. Shoot, got the wrong one. That's the same. There we go. You know, I wonder how long it took the designers to get this right. So I can't imagine that building a cat was that easy. But yeah, we do just have one more left. Let's see. They'll get you on the choice of masks. The whole assembly is like $100. Yeah, that's actually one of my pet peeves right now. Is that I had the full face Quattro Pro mask, which hopefully John, you know what I'm talking about. And it they called me up the last time I ordered supplies through their automated machine, and they called me back and they go, "Oh, we don't carry that mask anymore." And I'm like, "Oh, really? You don't carry it, or they don't make it?" Well, they don't make it anymore, and so they discontinued the mask that I'm used to, and so that's why this Saturday I got to waste $50 in gas driving down to that dang place to get fitted for a stupid mask, and I'm not happy about it because, I mean, it's really hard to get used to a mask and to fall asleep with it. So for them to change it on me, I'm going to have to go through an adjustment period where I'm going to have some sleepless nights or near sleepless nights until I get used to the new mask, because the way it presses down on your face is different. And I switched masks one other time when I did it, and I had trouble for a couple weeks. And I already don't get enough sleep as it is sometimes, so I'm not too happy about that. Yes, one more bag after this. Cute pink nose. Hey, when I used to hail for hello, do you guys not know what that means? No. I've been there and done that about the masks. Yeah, it's no fun. I was going to say, because you could spot them. I must have missed out on something because I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Okay. So here we go. Got a little bit of a head going there. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing ears next. I'd love to do the ears. I think it'd be fun. Okay. That is really, really odd. I had it changed. I had it turned around. Never mind. It was operator error. I like how the ears are so simple. That is awesome. I actually thought they were gonna like really get into it like they have the other stuff, but no, man, it's actually really simple ears. Look at that. Look at them ears. Just little Technic windscreens. Or not Technic. Yeah. If I can just talk right now. All right. And in honor of my cat, it gets the yellow eyes. And there we go. And then we got one more bag. Bag number 20, the big 20. And I'm imagine that's going to be all tail. All told, it's all tail. And look at that. We are at 50 minutes. So that means this will be probably right at an hour when we're done here. Man, it feels so nice when there's air conditioning. I don't think I want to go back outside. Kind of need to, though. I got to finish up what I started out there. Because that's one thing about me. If you don't know, I just don't like leaving things unfinished. It actually stresses me out to have a bunch of things that I'm responsible for all around me not finished. It just does. It stresses me. So, that's probably the reason I'm going to end up going out there, is just so I can complete a couple of tasks and be able to mark them off my list and not have to worry about them again. But I don't want to because it's so nice and cool in here. I wonder if cats are going to sniff that cat. Well, I'll tell you what was really embarrassing. I had a guest come over on Sunday night, and oh my gosh, he pulls his truck in my driveway, and when he gets out, he almost stepped on a dead mouse one of my cats left out there. And I just made the comment, I'm like, well, sorry, it's one of my outdoor cats. And he's like, well, looks like they're doing their job. Like, didn't faze him at all. So it was cool, but I admit I was a little embarrassed. Okay, so okay, all right. I'm just trying to make sure I get this right. And Bricking with Andrew. Hey, how you doing, man? How's your night going? Okay. Oh, wrong one. But yeah, we're almost done here, which is, I think it's really awesome. I'm really looking forward to finishing this off and then proudly displaying it. I'm probably going to put it with the rest of my other helmets. I know this is not a helmet, but I think it would go nice on the shelf with the rest of the helmets. You mean afternoon? Okay, well, where are you located at? Australia? No, Australia, it's 12 hours ahead of me, so it'd be evening. Yeah, where are you at? If you don't mind me asking. I am in the United States. I'm in sunny Idaho, the Great Basin Desert, as they call it. So we get hot here. We just don't get humid. And some of us do get hot and bothered, but not me. Okay, so there's this, and then, ouch, I feel like something bite me. That is so cool. I love how they did that. Well, I think I do. How did they do that? Oh, I missed a piece. Oh, I hate when I do that. California's hot and humid. It can be. I grew up in California, a nice little town called Sunnyvale, where it is, well, as you guessed, sunny. In fact, they call it Sunnyvale because it's sunny every day of the year except for on average 30 days per year. Even during the winter, it's sunny, and it doesn't get that cold in the winter either. Actually, it's very nice, very mild. So, yeah, because my dad for the longest time was stationed at what used to be Moffett Field Air Station, which is also in Sunnyvale. But Moffett Field has been closed for, probably 25, 30 years now. But yeah, that's where my dad was stationed at. Florida is. I can't wait for cooler weather. Oh yeah. I must have missed some comments here. Let me back up a little bit. Oh, you're in California? Okay. All right. But yeah, I spent a lot of years in California. Most of it was good. I graduated high school out there. Wow, it is hard to believe that we are almost completely 100% done with this build. Okay, so, and let's attach this tail. Although I gotta say the tail's not freakishly long enough. I'm just kidding. I had a cat with a really long tail once. Jenny will know which one. It was Will. All right, guys, we are done. Bags all 1 through 20, all done. Like I said, I use the same color eyes as my cat. He does have very similar markings to my cat. My cat has a little bit more black right here because he just has a white mustache on his head, and the rest of his head is black, but then this is correct, and so is the tail and the feet. So I do have the pieces to change it to make it look exactly like my cat, and I might just do that because, well, I like it to be like my cat. And it's Lego. You're allowed to do that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you like this set, if you're getting this set. Let me know if you have a tuxedo cat. I'd like to know that. I like cats. I've got 1 indoor cat, and I've got 6 or 7 outdoor cats. Why do I say 6 or 7? Because when you live out in the country, people dump their animals, and sometimes they show up for a couple months, and then they just disappear. So I don't know where I'm at, 6 or 7 outdoors. But, yeah, they're outdoor because I ain't going to do that litter box very often. I do litter box twice a week, and that keeps up with 1 cat. So, all right, guys, and I do like the fact they made it so you can wag the tail as well. I hope you guys enjoy your evening or afternoon, wherever you might be. And be good to each other and stay safe out there. And I'll catch you on the next one. And like I said, we're right at an hour.